There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday Live where we play awesome music and, just talk about what cool stuff happened this week. So, we just had an amazing interview with my sister, who's a filmmaker, Lena Burmenko, and John Krissilas. They're both filmmakers. They make awesome movies. And I actually worked with them on some of the movies too. Hey, Tony. So we presented to you Marked, which has been out for a while now and won lots of awards. It's a web series that you can watch free on YouTube. So check out Marked by Sandwich Fam. Binge watch it. It will take you maybe like 2-3 hours. There's 6 episodes. They're each 20, 25, 30 minutes long. So you're going to love it. I guarantee it. If you're out of shows to watch, this is a cool sci-fi mystery drama that is going to just keep you, on the edge of your seat, really interested. And I wrote the music theme for it. So yay. Hey, Tony. Hey, Ruben. Hey, David. Thank you guys for tuning in. And before we go on, I also have an announcement, is that next Saturday, this coming Saturday, June 6th, is our anniversary episode for my podcast, Musician Today, because it's about a year since we started it. So can you imagine that last year, May, is when I started my show, and it flew by so fast. I wouldn't believe that I would have all these amazing guests on the show, and actually, it's been a year. It's been a whole year, and 43 episodes later, bam, there you go. It took 43 episodes. Well, to be fair, I wasn't doing every single week. There were times when I took a break, like for Christmas, holidays, because everybody wants to be away and with family. I took a couple breaks after that as well, and then it took up around March again. So I had a lot of amazing guests that I connected with. They were all so fantastic. So check out our latest interviews. Go to iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Check out Musician Today podcast. This is us. Can't wait to bring you more amazing music and artists and guests. And we don't just interview musicians. We also interview people who musicians work with. So like my sister, she's a filmmaker, and we're about to have my friend David Fetterman back as well as soon as the quarantine is over, because they want to come in person and show me something awesome. So he's also going to bring his friend from theatrical community. They wrote a musical, so that's really cool. And what I'm going to do today is, as I promised, I will start with Kalamika and then move through a few songs on the album. Some of them maybe that you haven't heard yet, but if you are in my email list, that means you have. So join yourself into my email tribe. That means you'll be getting free downloads of this all. And before I go to the performing my music, I just wanted to say a big thank you to my first ever Patreon supporter. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to have you. And I'm just hoping that this is a gateway to many more people joining us in Patreon, where I will be posting very unique original content like sneak peek and bloopers that didn't make it into the final videos that I don't share with everybody, or downloads of my cover songs, because I don't really sell them. They're cover songs, so they're not my songs. They're my version, but they're cover songs. So I'd rather send them only to my patrons, those who already support me on a regular basis. So thank you guys so much. You can also become a patron at patreon.com/Vera Burmenko. Go ahead, check out what I have there already. I already have a free download for you. I have a blooper video. I have some sneak peek from shooting our Underground by Lindsay Sterling from last summer. Yeah, I'm going to be posting some more stuff tonight, so stay tuned. If you are not there yet, check it out. Make sure to check out my Patreon. Again, it's patreon.com/Vera Burmenko. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead. Here is Kalamika. is Kolomyka, which is Ukrainian round dance. Usually people get together in a circle, they dance. Like many cultures have this tradition, right? We get together in a circle. Persians do that. Like, buddy, I played at a Persian band too for about 10 years. Just like I played for about 10 years in our gypsy band, our Eastern European gypsy band, with some of the people who are just so amazing and they've played this music their whole lives. So, whew, I'm still catching my breath. Sorry, guys. I had a big breakfast now, so I'm a little tired. Cool. So, this was Kolomyka. Some of you have told me that you like it so much that it's kind of a pick-me-up song, and I love it too. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so glad that it, gets you in a better mood. This is the whole idea. That's the whole purpose of making music, is to tell our stories, but also to uplift the spirit and, just have fun, enjoy, be yourself, move around, let it take you on a journey. Good morning, Vera. Arthur. Hi, Arthur. How are you? I always look forward to hear you play. You make the violin talk. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really glad to hear. I've danced that many times. My mom is Ukrainian. That's awesome. That's awesome. So this song that I've actually produced, it's not me and Jacob produced together. It's not it's an original, but it's based on so many famous motifs that I've been playing in my career, like my whole life. So it came so easy to write. Like I didn't actually have to think hard. I just sat down and decided, okay, here I'm gonna do this, here I'm gonna do the modulation, and boom. So, when something that you do for such a long time, you're so familiar with the idioms, with the style, with the structure, you have to take it and you have to change it a bit too, right? You have to make it your own. So we added a rocking beat at the end for it, which I personally love. The inspiration for this, there's an artist in Ukraine, Verka Serduchka. He's a comedian who performs dressed like a woman. So he's like, he's a cosplayer. He's also like a cross-gender sort of, personality, but not in real life on stage. And his music is really fun that way. That he sings in Ukrainian. It's mostly funny lyrics, mostly like, this kind of village party person sort of stereotype. But the arrangement for his music is just so cool. If you've never heard this one, there's a song called Хорошо. Arthur, if your mom's Ukrainian, you might know this actually. Хорошо, which in Russian means good. So he sings in Russian mixed with Ukrainian to basically make fun of both Russians and Ukrainians in this whole conflict, who speaks the proper language. So if you know that song, you will notice the transition at the end is what inspired my transition. And he makes a joke during the song, said, okay, now we're going Rammstein. And at the end, we do this kind of metal beat. Yeah. So you will like that one. If you like this, if you like Kolomyka, you will like that one too. So the difference is that my music is mostly instrumental. There's not so many words, but if you listen to his words, they're really funny. There's some Ukrainians who don't actually like him because they're nationalistic and they think that he's making fun of our culture, but come on, it's entertainment. Like you're supposed to make fun of everything and everyone, and that's what it's for, right? So yeah, I like the guy. I like his character. I like his music, and the arrangement of that song inspired my song. Many times I've heard it. It's just so fun. And really lighthearted humor. Okay, cool. So why don't we go on? Before we go on, a reminder, next weekend is our anniversary show celebrating 1 year since I started my podcast, Musician Today. So go to Apple Podcast, tune in to Musician Today podcast, subscribe, give us a rating, write us some feedback. How do you like the shows? Who were your favorite persons? Who were your favorite guests so far? Last night we had my sister and her boyfriend John on the show. They are film producers. They make music videos. They create promotional videos. If you ever need a promo for your business or your music or anything, they'll put it together for you like that. They're so good. Lena is an amazing editor. Also for acting demo reels for actors, like any demo related, ad related stuff, promotion that you need visual, they're the people to go to. You can go to lenaburmenko.com or graciasproductions.com and she will do an amazing editing job for you. So yeah. Check out our episode. The links are below. Musician Today podcast, episode 43. Can't wait to hear from you guys. So, what you thought about? We talked about, making music for film. How the idea for Marked was born. What it's like to be working on no budget at all and minimal crew, and how it is to multitask, to be wearing multiple hats during your shoot, right? So there, two of them produced, wrote, created the show, but they had a couple people helping around. So there was always somebody else on set helping them film it, but they were all switching roles. So they were acting in it, they were filming it, they were directing it. They were also their own camera people and sound. So all of that, like if you have 5 people on set, you have to give everybody a role, and that might switch like the next shot. So yeah, that was really interesting to find out about the dynamics of it. I've done 2 of my movies with them. I've produced La Vie d'un Clown and La Mort d'un Clown, which is a Charlie Chaplin style romantic comedy. So it's about these 2 clowns, and one of them's trying to find a job in Toronto, sort of thing. Yeah, it's really funny, and they're both guys, but one of them is playing a girl, like a love interest. So they're amazing actors. It was so fun to do it, and Lena and John were like the main driving force behind it, because they helped with the whole set and filming and shooting. Like it would take me forever to do it, but they were there and we got it all done within like just a couple hours. So it was amazing. So check it out, you guys. They've also done a lot of my promos that you've seen and you liked. Some of my music promos that I put on my YouTube and here were done by Lena. Okay, cool. So I also wanted to show you one of my favorite songs that I have written for my album. By the way, if you guys don't have my album yet, it's on burmenko.com/shop. You find an album. You can also find another interesting merchandise there. There's mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, anything with our logo, with my image on them, inspiring quote to get up and fight. Right? So get one of those for you. Drink your favorite coffee in it. I have mine. I got like 1 million cups because I drink tea like crazy. You guys know me. So I keep them on rotation. I think I have like 2 mugs that are my own design, and I have 1 million other mugs too because they go fast. I have some Celtic looking mugs. I have some wilderness with a wolf sort of looking mugs. I like those. So yeah, they inspire me. Cool. So go to burmenko.com/shop. You'll find this there, and you'll find all the other merch that you might like. It's summer, so get yourself a t-shirt that you can exercise in, sweat. Cool. All right. So why don't we go on? This is a song from my album that only those people who are on my mailing list have gotten. I haven't publicized it yet. We haven't shot a music video for it yet. We haven't done one for Kalamika either. So as soon as the quarantine is done, this is like the biggest project that Jacob and I want to do. We want to go shoot an amazing music video for you guys. We're going to drive out to a beautiful location. We're going to have a dancing crew with us, dancing group. Yeah, it will be a legitimate, fun, super awesome Ukrainian party in this video. It's gonna be so great with all the traditional costumes and everything. You're gonna love it. I wanted to do that one for so long, and if it wasn't a lockdown, we would have filmed it already like this April and May, because as soon as the sunlight showed up, we will do it. Yeah. Now is actually a good time because there's a lot of these like dandelions around. That would be really cool to film around the dandelions and blow one into the air while I'm shooting. Yeah. Would love to meet you. Thank you, Matthew. Well, hopefully when the quarantine's over and we have our concerts, you're welcome to come visit us. So let's see. This is Mountain Call. This song is called Mountains Call. It's on my YouTube, but there's no music videos, just images of mountains and everything, which is so funny because my entire album was inspired by the Game of Thrones, originally the books, but then I watched the show too. And this final song was written before I've seen the last episode. And funny enough, it's like how it ends, right? If you haven't seen it, then I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's like it's got to do with the Night Watch. They just like move up north, right? Into the mountains they go, and that's how I envision this album coming together. That after all the battles, after all the developments and heroic events that we've done, then at the end you just go out into the mountains and chill. So this song is also very close to Ukrainian, as you can hear, but it's mostly inspired by the Mongolian idea of mountain sounds or nature sounds, this shamanistic lifestyle where you appreciate everything in our nature and you express it in the music. There's an amazing artist that I follow from Kazakhstan, Yuliana Krivashapkina. She's so great. She plays hamus, which is it's this Jew harp, right? So you put it in your mouth. She is so good at it, like you wouldn't believe. It sounds like real nature, animals and trees and wind making sound. It's so great. She also does a lot of vocal techniques while she does it. So her music is shamanistic this way, and I just love it. It gives me goosebumps. So I hope that this song kind of brought back that idea for you as well. Ruben says you play with passion. Oh, thank you, Ruben. I mean, to me, it's like, what else is there? I mean, music is pure passion, pure emotion. Once you master the technique that you don't have to worry about doing something in tune or whatever, it's really just pure emotion, right? So why play music unless you do it with passion? Why do anything unless you do it with passion? Even cooking breakfast, like, you gotta love it. If you don't love making your breakfast, you gotta rework your priorities, man. So no matter when I get up and if I have to cook something, I love it. It gives me joy, right? So because besides, you're doing it for you, right? You're not doing, even if you're cooking for the whole family, like, it's really for you. So only if you're doing everything out of the passion and love for yourself, then from that abundance of love, you can do it for everybody else too, right? So that's music to me. It's an expression of, like you said, your emotions, your passion, but it's mostly just this kind of expression of this universal love that we all share. And music is like the direct channel between us all, right? It's something that moves everyone. Even if the person says, oh, I don't like music. Not really. Like, they will still dance and move and sing along, right? So to me, it's like the ultimate sort of channel for unifying people. And I think us as artists, that's our biggest sort of mission. Aside from your own interests and like expressing your emotion into the world and, cleansing of it and making you feel, it's also our mission to tell our stories so people can connect through them and feel like they, like we all have this in common. And we do. We have a lot of things in common. I feel like I'm cutting off my head on YouTube. A little bit of my hair, no worries. So last night I shot an awesome project. My school, as you know, has hosted an online concert for the teachers, which we usually do in April, but this year for quarantine, we couldn't quite do it in person, but we hosted it online. So go to my YouTube, guys. My portion of the concert is on there, but go to Mississauga Fine Arts Academy YouTube as well and watch their show. It's not just me. They're amazing musicians who work at our school, and it's like over an hour long concert. So I hope you will enjoy that. I know you will enjoy that. Some of my dear friends are performing in it too, and they're amazing musicians. So I've heard them play before, and yeah, just go ahead, check it out. I, of course, did one of my balcony shows for them, and yeah, my students have been loving it, so I'm so glad they do. So that's why we do it, like, so we can share that and inspire the younger generation to pursue their passions and dreams, whichever they are. It doesn't have to be music, but if it is music, I'm glad. So so there we go. It's all about connecting, inspiring, sharing our stories, and moving forward together, and each in our own kind of element, right? So why don't we go on and Oh, I forgot to make a point. So I was talking about the concert, but I shot another thing last night on the balcony too. That my school have also recorded a song, so it will come out soon. When it does, I'll let you guys know. I hope I'll also get to interview my boss on my podcast because that'll be really good. He's got a lot to share in terms of music education and how important it is in like any time really, but especially now during the crisis, how important it is to educate ourselves, and music is one of the best ways to do it. So why don't we go on to something fun? Okay, here's my all-time favorite, you guys. I love Mongolian culture. I love Eastern styles, and even the Mark theme that I wrote for Lena and John's web series. Excuse me. Even before I wrote my album, I wrote Mark theme, and that was inspired by exactly two cultures that I was really. Oh my god. When you swallow your own saliva. So that song was inspired. I don't know what it is, guys. Okay, that music was inspired by a Japanese orchestral cinematic film score and by Korean haegeum, which is this string instrument similar to erhu in Chinese, but it's a little different. So it also has a limited range, and the way you play it varies from violin, obviously. But I was so enchanted by it back then that my friend who's Korean actually listened to the track, and I recorded it all on my acoustic violin. And she listened to it, she says, it actually sounds like Hey Gam. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So I've been interested in Eastern cultures for a long time. And I feel it's partially probably because it's in my blood too, right? So, and the Mongolian throat singing is just so great. It's again, it's that shamanistic culture that I love, and I want to bring more of that out in my album, in my next album that's coming. I'm writing music for it. So why don't we hear the Horseman? Krissilas Horseman. It premiered into the world outside of just the online social media on the Being Frank show with Frank D'Angelo. Thank you, Frank, again for hosting me. Every time I played, I remember that was so much fun to play it for the studio and for the people who work there in the audiences. It was really fun. Thank you. So I love this song. I feel like today's theme all through was mostly this shamanistic element in my music, which is, I'm a warrior, definitely. So there's this go, 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 and punch and beat. But at the beginning, I want you to sort of meditate and, become one with yourself and give yourself time to reconnect with all of your forms, physical, spiritual, emotional, mental. And only once you have aligned in this oneness, you're able to pursue other things, which, go into battle or do a concert, entertain your crowd. Right? Whatever it is for you, I hope that you have an amazing day. Please check out my show. Don't forget to tune in next week, same time on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, we'll be doing our anniversary podcast, which you don't want to miss because I will be answering questions live. So if you have a question about my life and career, about anything that we've talked about so far or haven't talked about, let me know. I'll be answering questions. I already have about 5 questions that are really big that will take me a while to discuss, but I'm looking forward to it so much, you guys. I can't wait to share. I feel like there's some parts of me that I don't necessarily share a lot just because I don't know if they're interesting or not. So having you ask me that question directly would really help to clear things up. And I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so see you guys next Saturday, 12 o'clock back here, and Sunday, 12 o'clock for our Sunday Live. Maybe, since we're on the shamanistic note, maybe I'll whip out my spirit drum. Which is another meditative element in my life, made by spirit drums. The amazing people who have actually been on our show too. Mark and Melanie are so great. They make spirit drums. They make didgeridoos, yeah. And they have all kinds of different other ventures that they explore with making instruments and performing original music. They're really, really amazing couple, and I recommend you check out on Instagram Spirit Drums. Go to my Instagram and see I tagged them. So there we go, guys. Have an amazing weekend. I hope you're enjoying it, staying well, being healthy, taking this time to reconnect with yourself, align all of your spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical bodies into one, and you're able to enjoy and, do other stuff that makes you happy. So have a great weekend. Bye.